Good morning, everyone. Before I kick this whole thing off, I want to recommend a couple of books. So if there are small children or anything like that in the room, please make them exit now. At least while I introduce the first book. So, real quick, if you're into the TV show Twin Peaks, it's like one of your favorites and you're watching it right now, there's a game that is Twin Peaks in everything but name, and it's this one, Welcome to St. Cloud by Miguel Ribeiro. It is not a very big book. I'm about, as you can see, about halfway through it. This is more of a setting than anything. It also includes some adventures and things like that, and it's very good. I actually started watching the show because of this, and honestly, I'm starting to understand it a little better. So if you like those kinds of like story games, a game that has a replay factor, this is going to be the game for you. It is how can I put it? System agnostic, which means that you can pair it with just about any kind of system, like White Wolf's old storytelling system or whatever, and you can still play it. It's pretty awesome. But the system that it's actually based on, and this is why I told you to get the children out of the room, is this one by James Desborough, Actual Fucking Monsters. I bought this and the companion book, which you can see here. Again, they're not very big. In that game, you will play actual fucking monsters. No redemption arcs, nothing like that. In fact, I would recommend all three of these books. I'm about halfway through AFM, halfway through St. Cloud. Haven't started on the companion yet, but better believe I will be. And I would love to run one of these games, perhaps even during a Saturday live stream. Speaking of Saturday live streams, those are going to be a thing every other Saturday. You know, depending, we'll kind of play it by ear, see how it works out. But not this Saturday, but it will be Saturday, August 6th. I'm shooting for a 10 a.m. time slot. We will be streaming live. I'm thinking the format will just literally be you. That's right, you watching this right now. So mark it on your calendar. August 6th, 10 a.m. You, me, cup of tea. Will we be doing some tarot reading? I don't know. We could talk about it. We could certainly talk about it if you'd like. But this particular podcast, I am going to be talking about the Satanic Panic of the 1980s, which was, well, late 80s, early 90s. We'll talk about that a little bit. And we'll also be discussing how a new witch hunt is forming. Now let me tell you, they can come hunt me down all they want. I'm not running. Not this time. There we go. So for today's decks, we have the Viking Oracle, Spirit Animal Oracle, Tarot Grand Lux, Enchanted Map. I don't know why, but this one really the Enchanted Map Oracle really called out today. So I was like, okay, well, we'll pull it along and see what happens. We've got also the same deck of runes that I used from the last video I did, which, by the way, to me, okay, to me this is impressive, so I'm going to say it. 141 views on CloutHub alone. It was like 11 on Rumble, 4 on here on YouTube, 27 on BitChute, even though I didn't even put the link out there. I didn't have time. I usually say I want to keep these kind of short, sweet, and to the point, and then I'm sitting there begging my computer, could you have this rendered and uploaded and visible in the next 10 minutes, and both my editing program and BitChute are going, bruh, you dicked around on Twitter too long. That's what happened. And it's true. It's true. I did kind of mess around on Twitter, checking everything when I should have been editing. My fault. My bad. I'm pretty sure I didn't even get time to do the high notes video yesterday, so I got to do 2 videos today. Got to do 2 of them. I'm thinking spirit animal might be in order for today, and runes. Got to get your rune of the week out, because I completely spaced on that one yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, this wonky schedule has me kind of going to bed at really odd times. Plus, last night I was on the Dutch oven with my friend Victor, and that was after John was there to talk about. I think keep in mind, I walked in on part of the conversation. I think they were talking about Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition. I know they were talking old school rules, and then John had to go, and Victor wanted to keep going, and I was like, you know what, I'll hop in, I'll throw it down, why not? And I appeared there, so hopefully you will go check my dude out. You know, you can find him on Twitter. Just look for the Stay Buffed Marshmallow Man. And that's my dude right there. He's pretty awesome. So, another Dutch guy I talked to. I'm thinking of forming an actual organization called the Too Much Fun Club. Name it in honor of Hunter S. Thompson's Too Much Fun Club. Because, you know, we have it. Let's get down to it, shall we? I know what you're here for. You're here for tarot readings, not me rambling or throwing games in your face. No, I'm probably going to do that on Saturday. Anyway. Kind of feeling like you're seething a little bit. Feeling like you've been betrayed. Feeling like you've been let down. You're frustrated. You're angry. Well, it's time to let go of that. I can tell you one thing. Actual fucking monsters. Let's talk Fenrir for a minute. Right? And let me tie it into this, because it's pretty poignant. So, it says this: where do monsters come from? Well, monsters can be born, monsters can be made. Some precious few make themselves with magic, rites, or coincidences. While there's precious little lore among monsters, they almost all come from a mother, born, or a father, made. What legends they do have revolve around their bloodline and their grandiose stories they create about their history, in the absence of anything concrete. These are myths, legends, and bullshittery with a rare kernel of truth. And let's see, it is in here. Yes. The monsters who are made may know nothing of their origin at all. They may have been infected, they may have been bitten. Some monstrous nature is passed on by sexual conduct, some as a disease, a fungus, or a symbiotic partner. The made can pass on their nature in the same way that they themselves were made. Whatever mechanism they may have that might have been, if your character is of this type, detail how they were made, and can make others like them. Doing so requires that they repeat the action. So, another analogy that I'd like to put out there. I'm sure some of you are familiar with this movie. V for Vendetta. If you've seen that movie, you saw what happened to V. Horribly burned. And even though he's very eloquent, he's very, he never truly screams, he doesn't really raise his voice. He's always very upright, but he is violent. He is deadly. He is dangerous. And you do not mess with him. And after we see what happened to him, after we see what he's done to Evie, he tells her what they did to me was monstrous. And she says, and now look what they've made, a monster. Yes, even V, the heroic V, was monstrous. Even though that is a monster that we can side with. Frankenstein's monster, not so much. Don't make yourself a monster because of your circumstances. Because your guides are here today in the form of the Valkyrie. You can win any battle you face today. And you could do it with overwhelming force. You could do it with your cunning. You could do it with anything. You've got all the tools it takes to win your battles. However, remember, sometimes letting a battle slip is a little more important. Sometimes. Not quite getting that today. Over here with your spirit animal, what can you look to in nature to, I don't know, maybe emulate? Because I think this card will take you off of the path of being a monster. And that's a crow spirit. We're getting this. I think this is like the second Thursday in a row we've gotten this one. The battle you have is mostly with yourself. If you want to create, create. Remember what we said yesterday. Don't get stuck. And even if you still feel like you're stuck, keep moving. Just keep going. That's telling you it is time to just create. Because the godlike power inside of all of us is the power to create. Let's have a look at the tarot and see what's going on. We got a Hierophant in reverse. We've got a 7 of Coins in reverse. But we have a 10 of Cups. Today is definitely not a day to sit there and appeal to authority. This is not a day for you to this is not a day for you to obtain blessings and permissions to create what you do. Just do it. You know what? This particular passage in AFM really, stop it, Bob, really kind of spells it out. Without a history or lore set in stone, their world is yours and theirs to describe as you see fit. And of course, Grim Jim, who also has a YouTube channel, and this is one of his games, tells you in his book, you'll do whatever the fuck you want, or whatever the fuck you like with my game. I can't stop you, but it's meant to be played as a hellbound nightmare of moral relativism, A vacation from being a decent human being. You can enjoy it yourself without being a monster yourself. Kind of messed up the quote, but it's as direct as it gets. But anyway, your world, your creation, your rules, or lack thereof. Will you stop it? He's trying to get into a little paper bag here. You certainly don't need my permission. You don't need anyone else's permission. Just yours. Give yourself permission and create. 7 of coins. You're not going to be reaping any rewards right now. In fact, I'm looking at the rewards here. This is where you do have to put in that hard work. You have to put in that effort. The rewards are going to be deferred. And that's all right. I mean, it may not seem right now, but it's okay. It's going to be just fine. Those rewards are still there. They're just not here right now. This doesn't work like Amazon Prime. It's not instant gratification. Let me show you why I say that. The emotional fulfillment alone is going to leave you in a very, very good place. A place of abundance, a place of fulfillment. So don't treat yourself too early. Do the work. If you're creating a new you, do the work. Hit the gym. Start that diet. Treat yourself a little better. I guarantee it's going to take you farther than you think. Alright, so Enchanted Map Oracle, how do we get there? Wow, if that's not a big indication, I don't know what is. We're going to start with this one, details, details. Everything is in the details. Now don't get too hung up on them. Trust this process. The details will emerge. You will be able to present them, and present them in a way that's economical, that others can understand, and you won't lose them. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Lining up very closely to that 7 of coins in reverse, you got a dry desert here. Now this dry desert, it looks like a wasteland, really. There's nothing there. There's no water. There's no vegetation. There's no growth. But guess what? Off in the distance there's something else. All you have to do is cross this. Putting in the work. You will make it. You know the way. You know how. It's just that things are going to be kind of dry and, well, it's going to seem like, when do I get my shot here? When do I get to celebrate? Well, just remember to follow your true north with that compass. You will know the direction that you need to go, if you don't already. Just be sure to take it, because as long as you take it, you're going to be just fine. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your instincts. They will not lead you wrong. Okay? So let's have a look at the runes and wrap this thing up so I can get this thing out to you. We've got Avaz, got Ingus, and we've got Soilo again. We've really never had Soilo pop up this much, but it's going to take some forward movement on your part. Get it clear in your mind. You will never get to your destination unless you get up off your butt and move. Simple as that. and this stands for unity here, you will have to solidify your thoughts, your actions, all together. But it's not even time yet. You still got an hour. In order to carry forward, you will absolutely have to put mind and body to work together. Okay? But again, we're getting this revitalizing energy. So you're on the right path. And even though you feel like you're trudging through it all, something's going to come along that's going to make you say, hey, yeah, I've got this. You're going to sit up, you're going to type, you're going to draw, you're going to paint, you're going to do any number of things. You're going to build. You're going to create. So looking at this in whole, it looks like the battle you face is really with yourself. It's your procrastination. Your procrastination, laziness, you know, that apathy. Feeling a little apathetic there. Now is not the time for that. Listen, I'm going to say this. I know there's someone out there suffering from depression, and I know depression can cause you to just kind of sit around going, you can look at that laptop, you can look at that pile of raw material, and you can tell yourself, I'll do it tomorrow. You look at that deck of tarot cards that you're looking to read for someone, and you're like, oh, just not feeling it right now. No matter what it is. I know you're looking at it, and you're thinking, I don't know who that is. Good for them. Tell them leave a message. They picked a heck of a time to do this, didn't they? Anyway, point is this. Sometimes you have to force yourself. That's the battle you're having with yourself right now. Really getting up. Really pushing forward. Not giving up. Hey, I know. Sometimes setting up the camera to do a live stream, or even just to do a video, can be difficult. Do it anyway. Just force yourself to do it. Like literally, start by getting up. Put that camera and tripod together. Then just do a video. Put pencil to paper. Put brush to canvas. Put fingers to keys. Pick up that musical instrument and play it. And when you feel like giving up, give yourself a little break, take a breather, and go back to it. You will eventually get it. You will eventually do it. And on top of that, you'll find that you enjoy it. That's everything I've got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to close on that note. Get this thing in the editor. Thank you so much for joining me and listening to me ramble on. Thank you for having your morning brew with me, no matter what it is. Thank you for liking these videos, sharing them out with friends, commenting, subscribing, and all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. I hope you'll join me for the live stream on August 6th. I'm going to be setting that up. And there's Bub laying at my feet. Actually, he's laid his head on my foot. That's going to disappoint him like hell when I move. Anyway, Just remember, I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. And as always, you know what to do. Shine on. Even when it's difficult.